we have with us Mr. R.C. Bhargava, Chairman, Maruti Suzuki Limited. Thank you for joining us, sir. Sir, there have been rising commodity costs. So do you see it impacting? There have been incremental cost pressures because of this, and also due to weakening of rupee?
All these factors impact both on the customer's pockets and on his sentiment. And we've seen in the last few months that cumulatively it has been impacting on the growth of sales. First quarter was a very high sales quarter. And we grew by almost 25% in the first quarter. But the second quarter sales have been flat, and I think, down by about 1% or something.
Has there been any discounts offered recently on Baleno and other newer models? How do you see discounts shaping up?
I'm not aware of individual vehicle discounts, but overall I think discounts have increased a little bit. And what will happen in the future, of course, the marketing people locally decide on what's the market condition and sentiment. And discounts are decided that way. It's not a centralized decision.
Okay. And what about the festive season? Will you be offering discounts on models?
The festival season so far, as I said, has not been particularly good. The sales are more or less flat at the level of last year. And discounts are, of course, always on offer this time. And I think that's happening this year also.
Okay. And how is the demand in general, considering there has been rise in fuel prices and also the confusion on the upfront insurance payments? How do you see demand?
See, overall for the first half, if you take into account that the first half sales were very high, second half sales were not. Overall, we've had a 10% growth this year. And the sales numbers for this half year, which were at about 9.75 lakhs, is well within what we had projected for the whole year, because we need to get to about 19.7 lakh sales to reach our 10% growth target. And this 975 in the first half is exactly half of that.
Okay. What is the update on the expansion of Suzuki plant in Gujarat?
The Gujarat project is on schedule. The first line was commissioned by Suzuki sometime back. It's in full production. The second line will get commissioned early next year in 19. And work on the third line is in progress.
And talking about the sales for the festive season, how have they been? Is it slower than the last year? And also, if you could tell rural sales, how is it shaping up?
Rural sales have, over the last many years, been always faster than urban sales. And that is true this year also. Rural sales are growing at about 13% in this last quarter, while overall sales are flat.
Okay. Can you tell us what was the total sale for spare parts and what is the growth in spare parts sales for the second quarter?
I wouldn't have the numbers with me. But spare parts sales take place and the growth takes place at 12-14% a year. And that's not particularly dependent on sale figures of cars.
Okay. Give us an update on the EV side of it. What is the progress?
As was announced at the time of the Mobility Summit, we have got now a prototype EV developed that's on the WagonR platform. And 50 of those vehicles have been produced. The testing of these vehicles under Indian conditions has just about started or starting.